All right, here we go. We have 3 minutes, so I'll wait. We'll wait 3 minutes. Well, do either of you have a little question for me while we're waiting?
I have questions regarding the vendor events, but a lot of those could be covered. So
Mhm.
I'll wait till, I hear what the experts have to share and,
Yeah. What
you know,
have you done a vendor event?
no.
Okay. And you want to start doing them?
I thought it would be intriguing. And it almost seems those might be, I don't want to go the easy route, but almost easier.
Mm-mm. No.
Well, oh, but just being interactive with people kind of on a more casual basis is kind of where my mindset is on that. But I could be, of
Yeah.
course, completely wrong.
Well, I wouldn't say they're easier. They're totally different. Vendor events are totally different. So let's just get started. Um, let's see, who do we have? Hi, Catherine. Hi, Teresa. Hi, Jean Kilby. Vendor events, to me, are supplemental to what we do every day. So, there's that sun, Jean Kilby. It's dark here. But vendor events are something that you throw in to get new customers. Okay. Vendor events, you want to get new customers, you want to get the experience because it really does help you learn fast. You want to get new bookings, new shows, new classes on your calendar. You want to find people to join the business. So there's so many reasons to do a vendor event and to also get samples into people's hands. Some people do little facials or hand chills right there. There's so much about them that are so good. And they're not, if you do a really big one, like $500 for the whole thing for the whole weekend, those are a lot of work, and you want to get other people to help you. If you do a small church one, that's how I started. I joined the chamber ago, and I just jumped into vendor events, not knowing anything. And I knew I had to have a table and a tablecloth and then my product. I literally didn't know what to do. And as far as the bride, they had nothing. They had no training on it. It wasn't something that Linda did a lot of. So I just tried it and I loved them. I did really, really well at them. And things are different now. We didn't have cell phones back then or the computer. That's how old I am. So so people would actually answer their home phone. They couldn't, like, well, sometimes call waiting and stuff or caller ID, but people were more apt to pick up their phone. So you have to be really willing. Hi, Peg. Oh, my Peg, your little rabbit is cute. Hi, Dina. You have to be ready to just really make sure that you're contacting people and that they know that you're going to contact them. So um, let's just take it from the beginning. Okay. I want you to think about vendor events as like um, almost you're just setting up a little, what is the word? Sometimes my brain doesn't work. Um,
A pop-up.
Kind of a pop-up, yes, yes. But you ever watch QVC?
Mhm.
I don't want you
Yeah,
to be a QVC
usually.
person, but it's kind of the same thing. If you've never watched QVC, you should watch it because to me, it's fascinating and what QVC did and how they exploded. But QVC gives you the information, they give you the excitement, they give you the benefits. That's what QVC is so good at. And that's what I want you to get good at, but not like a QVC crazy lady. Um, and people don't necessarily have to try our product like at a show or one-on-one to buy. Okay, I want you to remember that. I set up a really nice table. Some people do where they have one little area about the business, little sign, join, $49, $99. and maybe what comes in a kit about what comes, you don't have to have every little thing, or a picture of the kit in a pretty frame. Then the middle area is the product, and I don't say have everything as that we have. Make it simple, make it pretty. If it's fall, I would put leaves on there. I'd have my aloe plant. And then the next section, you could have a little bit of makeup and the hostess bonus and anything that has to do with hosting. So you're giving them 3 choices. I have 3 choices for you today, or 4 really. One is to look at being a consultant. All of you are area developers, and I want you to write that huge on your piece of paper. All of you are area developers, because it doesn't matter where you are. Dina lives in Waukesha. You are the only executive in Waukesha, Dina. Do you know that? Executive manager. You're the only one. And what's the population of Waukesha? I don't even know. It's huge.
Maybe I think it's 70 some thousand.
Yeah.
70
So
or 76. Yeah.
yeah, it's big. Mary Bell. Hi, Mary Bell. You're in Muskego. It's a big area. It's getting bigger and bigger. And then you have New Berlin and all that surrounding areas. You are the area developer for Muskego. And that doesn't mean you can't have people all over the country or all over your area. It doesn't mean that at all. So I feel like I have something on my head here. I want to move over. There we go. That's better, maybe. So anyway, you are building your area. And so I'd say, so I have four opportunities for you, well, let's step back a minute. You're going to set up this table. You're going to have the slips. You all know where to find the slips in the Learning Center under vendor event. I also have a slip that my daughter is going to be doing for me. And it's 3-on-1, and it's actually a gift certificate for a sample set. And so she's working on it, and I can show you an old one that I have, but I'm going to make it so it's editable. You can eat the paper. So you can edit it, print them out, and give those away, like someone who's running and you can't see them, or you can't get to them, or you're at a vendor event and you're going to give it away to all the vendors. Come on over. They're $7 or whatever price you put on them, but I'll give them to you half off. I'll give them to you for $4 or whatever, So vendor events to me is you're collecting people. You're collecting leads. You're getting them excited. Some people buy product and they sell it. I never did that, because remember, I was a top leader in my area, and I wasn't going to undersell my consultants and sell to their customers. I just never would do that. So I never had product with me, unless it was like a holiday event that I did. But it was once every year. Midnight Magic which was through my chamber, and it was in the high school. It was in 2 gyms. It was huge, and some of the girls still do it. Mary, I don't know if you're doing that this year. Fall festival, huge. I think Maxwell Street Days. Mary, I know you and Kay have been doing those. So the chambers lead you to all their events in the city. So I want you to start there. I want you to look at your church events, your school events, your fall festivals. You can go on Facebook and just go fall festivals and in my area, and boom, it'll pop up. Holiday festivals, holiday, whatever. You want to get into any kind of health market, any health vendor event. Those are great because we're healthy and people are there to find healthy. So those are fantastic. I always did very, very well at those, but they're not easy because you're constantly you're constantly talking. You're saying kind of the same thing over and over. So it is kind of easy that way. And I'll show you my approach in a minute and how I do it. I've talked about it a little bit, but does anyone else have anything to add right now with like the setup? Go ahead, Jean. Oh, I thought you had something.
I do. but it doesn't have to do with the setup. Something I would caution is when we lived in Florida, I did a vendor event in Orlando, which was an hour from my home. So I got kind of caught up, I had a drawing for free facials, and I did do some of those, but you don't want to go so far. It was too far. I had to set like 4 of them up on one day and just spend the day in Orlando. So it was too hard to go that far away. Now, if you want to do that, fine, but just it wasn't convenient for me.
Right, caution to the wind. Yep.
Yeah.
So, and when I look at that, I say, get yourself a couple consultants. If you're going to Orlando, if you're going 50 an hour away, that would be my biggest goal. I'm an area developer. I am looking for people to build Orlando or build this area. And Jean, you did a great job at that. You sponsored people all over whenever you moved or through your communities. You've done a great job at that. Who else has a question? Maybe what we've gone through so far. I don't want to keep running into each different subject and not pausing. Anybody?
I guess that was one of my questions, was for vendor events, how far do you go? Because I joined a Facebook group for vendor events, and that's been a great resource, and just to kind of see all the different ones in the areas. But it's for all of Iowa. So, as I Google every, with the maps and everything with each one, I'm like, oh my goodness, that one's an hour and a half away. That one's, 2 hours away. So that was one of my questions, was how far is a good distance for a vendor event?
I didn't in the beginning. I didn't go more than an hour. And then as I grew and grew and got more of a team, like I'm 45 minutes from Madison, Wisconsin. So we used to have they still do have a horse show, but that was like one of the hardest events I ever did. It's in April, freezing cold here. And they actually make you be outside for the first year to see if you could take it. It's really mean. And I did it, and it was raining and windy and we were crying. It was horrible. And it was worth it for me, because I would go 45 minutes to an hour to go meet up with some people. Sometimes I would do Culver's. Sometimes I'd get to their house and then they'd invite other people. So it's up to you and how much time you have to do the travel. But I want you to think about what's going on in your little areas, your church events, like I said, the school events for fall. January, they have a lot of events. February, it's like every month there's something to do. But to me, it's like a little bit of the vendor events and a lot of the shows. The vendor events are going to get you the shows and get you the team to build. That's how I looked at it. Okay. So I'm going to go here once. I'm going to show you something. And then we're going to talk about people for a minute. I'm going to show you something really fun. And because, you want to know how to, deal with people with these events. So I went to the consultant page here. Let me whip this up here. Hello. Okay. My mouse isn't happy right now. And so what I did is, here I am in the consultant page. Let me move this again. Let me move it down here. And let me go back so you can see how I did it. Here's a consultant page, right? So the Facebook group, I should say. I went to the search and I searched vendor events. And here are the trainings on vendor events. And I am going to beg you all, we're not going to take the time tonight, but to watch this. This is Get Ready to Learn How to Rock Your Vendor Events. On our next Learn to Earn, we'll hear from the 2 top executives. And maybe it's then over here. Mhm. I thought this was it, but it wasn't. See some of the setups? To me, that's a little bit too much. You don't want to overwhelm your audience. This looks great. Look how cute this looks. So you can get in here and really look at this stuff on what some of these people have done. Really cute, really cute. Okay. I don't know where that training ended up. I thought that was it, but I don't think it is. I wonder if we look in featured. No, I think this is it. This is it. Let's see if they're on here. Yeah, here. So I want you to watch this. You know, you can get as much as you want from me, but believe me, Jessica Albry and Caitlin Swanson, they're amazing and they're growing like wildfire. So I would suggest you get it in here. So that's just how I did it. I just went into the search and search vendor events. I thought that I could take this, but I don't think I can. And put this into our group, but I don't think I can. So that's one thing I wanted to bring up here. Okay. Let me stop my share here. There's a chat. I having a hard time streaming. Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean, Tracy?
That's an old comment. That's when we
Oh.
were chatting when I was driving.
Oh, when you're driving. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'm okay now. I'm home now.
So now I'm boiling. I have my fireplace up really high. But anyway, all right. I'm going to show you something. And I can take a picture of this and I can put it into our group. What this is, it's called your personality type. And Jean, you have done this with us, and Mary Bell. I don't know, Dina, if you have. But there's 4 bird types, and I'm going to read them off. And I want you to think about which one you are. And then we're going to talk about why I'm talking about this. Because to do vendor events, it's really important to know your people, to know yourself, and to kind of be able to read what someone might be like. Okay. So, a dove. Are you a dove? Peaceful and friendly. Doves are commonly in pairs. They like to be a team player, hang out with the group, belong to something. They like to feel needed and valued. They can be counted to show up. They dream powerfully if they are inspired and encouraged. So a dove is what we love about them. They're loving, patient, giving, trustworthy, good listeners, introverted, avoids risk taking, and this is all okay. It doesn't matter. This is not a negative. These are people. It's good to start to know people when you're doing your business and what makes them tick. They're respectful, they're honest, and they're easygoing. Identifying communication clues is listens attentively, likes to know why, uses steady pace, calming tones in their voices. What motivates them? Feeling secure, valued, and included. Isn't that kind of cool? So who thinks they might be a dove? And okay. All right. So let's see the other ones, and you might also, Mary. Oh, I thought you had a question. You're a dove? Yeah, you're a dove. You're the sweetest. An owl. I know lots of owls. look at Jean. She's like, no way, that's not me. An owl is wise and logical. They are observant, not always talkative. They like strategy, structure, logic. They make great team members because they will get the job done. They are loyal and reliable. It's not always easy for them to see the huge picture or dream, but can get specific tasks done well, works well, step by step. Okay. An owl is often introverted, calm, meticulous, just, mindful, determined, conservative, detail oriented, careful, and curious. How to identify their communication skills? They avoid eye contact, may not share their feelings, and they love facts and info. They love to feeling organized, under control, and informed. I know many of the executives on our team are owls, and they're really good at it. And we have to have everybody in our world like this. Like, what's your husband? What's your daughter? What's your, best friend? Who are they? And are they a dove or an owl? So who thinks they might be an owl? Okay, Teresa. All right. So a peacock. Caw-caw, caw-caw. Oh boy, this is hard to read because it's so shiny. A peacock are commonly called the life of the party. They are not afraid to show off their feathers and go for it. They can visualize the future and their dreams easily. They can be competitive too, which is a great driving force for them. What we love about them, they're talkative, open-minded, energetic, emotional, inspiring, charismatic, social, enthusiastic, adventurous, and competitive. Anyone think they're a peacock? You might be a little of both or a little of some. Okay. I'm a peacock. Enthusiastic, social, shares feelings, animated, tells stories. I'm always crying. I'm Italian. I've got that, I'm very emotional. Okay. That's just how that is. How about an eagle? An eagle is bold and decisive. Eagles are driven by achievement. They are logical and independent. They can be effective influencers. They easily see the big picture and fearless embrace their goals with confidence and intuitiveness. They're charismatic, honest, talks oh, I can't say the word. I'm just going to skip it. Independent, drive. They're driven, they're assertive, they're motivated, compelling, fearless, confident. They are to the point, they maintain eye contact. This is the eagle now. They lean forward when talking to you and will challenge others. They love reaching tangible goals. Anyone here an eagle? Okay. So why did we talk about this? This is like when you're at a show, when you're with your child, when you're talking to your husband, is he an eagle? What is, it's just a good way to know people and know how to communicate to different people, especially at a vendor event. If she doesn't look at you in the face and she's a little shy, what do I need to help her? How do I need to help her? She likes to feel secure. She likes to feel valued and included. So inviting her to something is probably a good thing. That's the thing too, is really think about having a show booked, 2 to 3 shows booked after your vendor event, because you're going to invite these little birdies there. Okay. So the little dove is going to need, I would love to include you to come to one of my events that I have. I have it on October 15th, October 18th, and October 20th. And it's at my house. I live down on blah, blah, blah street, because especially if you're in your own community, the owl, she wants to be informed, and you're going to get all of them, an invitation. You're going to really make sure the owl knows where you live and really invite her. The same with the peacock and the eagle. And the reason you want to do this, if you're doing a vendor event, and there's more here to it, like what they want, what they fear, and all this. Again, I'll take a picture of this so you can really get a good idea. This is really some kind of fun things to to know when you're building your business. This is about people and communication and gathering more information about them. And this is a really great way to know it. Like, I'll just give you one example. Use questions for a dove, like if you're at a vendor event or you're at a show, and you can see she's kind of shy and she's not really, but she's helping the hostess. Oh, that's a dove. She's going to go help, and she's going to, help get drinks and help clean up the table. That's a dove. And a dove might not do a ton in the business, but they're always there. You can count on them. Every person in your team, on your team, they're there for a reason. And it doesn't mean she has to sell $3,000 a month, but she's going to bring a lot of value, and you're going to bring a lot of value to her. But what questions do you have, or anything is there anything I left out? Is there more we should talk about the samples? Do you understand how to use them? For an owl, it is, what additional information might you need about joining my team? What concerns do you have about being a Labri consultant? See, you need to get that information out of that owl. But anyway, you can look at that and have fun with that. All right. Who has questions or comments before I move on? Anybody? Okay. Has anyone looked into the chamber event since we talked last? Okay, yeah, Dina, are you going to join? You're not sure yet. We can talk tomorrow. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Okay. Anyone have any questions about vendor events or anything that we just talked about?
Do you have to have insurance?
Yes, some of them do require insurance. The bigger ones do, yes, and they will tell you right off. I remember I used to buy insurance through my insurance company. It was like $150 for the year. It was like nothing. Because if someone trips on one of your cords, or it's just yeah. Did anyone else here ever buy insurance? Yeah, so those were like the big ones that I used to do.
I haven't bought insurance, but it was on my list of questions and things to look into.
What other questions do you have, Sydney? Let's sometimes you can open up some good subjects for us.
Okay. Some of them I've kind of gotten answers to. They're literally structural kinds of things, but how things are displayed, what you might have available. And so after looking at some of the pictures that I have over the last couple of weeks, those kind of answers are probably answered. Although and I see it both ways. Some people have actual products out there for like cash and carry, but then some might only have just a representative something. So, do you put price stickers on things, or have things grouped in bags, and then how much product to actually have, as opposed to like a representative set of the skincare trio, and the different options, or just let people, go do their skincare test, or, help them at the vendor event. Just some of those kinds of things.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So let me answer that for you. When I've done vendor events, again, I just never had a lot of product to sell, because my focus was new customers. If I worked for a candle, I don't even know if there's any candle companies out there anymore, but if I worked for a candle company, I'd have all those candles, and they'd be buying all the candles. By the time I'm done, maybe I made $500. Wow, that was a good day. But then I got nothing. So
Good
we are
point.
residual. We are a residual company, a residual product. So my goal was to always get new customers. And so if it's a bigger event, I want to have 2 people there with me. Okay. I want to have me and somebody else. Dina, you and I have done plenty of vendor events together where, you know, a group of gals, there are 3 of them, come up and start talking to me. Well, Dina's not going to go and grab one of them. She's going to let me deal with the 3 ladies that are together. Then while I'm talking to them, 4 other ladies walk by and Dina goes, "Hey, excuse me." And then she starts talking to them. So it doesn't matter if you have 1 or 2, you're going to get more for your buck if you have 2 people there. I promise you. Some people go, "Well, no, I don't want 2 because then I want all the sales." No, when you're talking to these ladies are walking by. So share the wealth. And if you don't have a team member, then maybe ask your executive if there's someone who wants to do it with you. And it's always fun with 2, because then if you have to go potty, the other one can stay. You want to go get something to eat, and and then someone can work the room. I used to have 3 people, me and two new consultants that I was training. And it's incredible training because you really get to learn the product when you're there. And when they're working it, I'd go off, I'd go potty, maybe I'd get something to eat, and then I'd go talk to all the other vendors. So, that to me, I just love that. But I never concentrated, maybe at Christmas, I had a little table of cash and carry. But again, I didn't want to sell to all my customers' people. That's not right to do, or my consultants. So that's how I learned, and that's what I did. My thing is I had a basket, and what I put my money toward was the samples. Okay. And so I'd have like 10 of the deep pour, 10 of the gentle, and then I'd have a little intense to throw in there if they were really, really dry. And then I'd have 10 of the combination and 10 of the oil control, whatever. And if I had some left over, that's okay. I just would have it for the next time. And I would sell them back then I sold them for $5. It was easy. And I wore a fanny pack, or I wore something over like a purse, like this. So then I could go and get my change, and here you go, real fast and easy. I'd have a little garbage can. It was so cute. I think I gave that to you, Dina. There's a little garbage can. I'd have a box of Kleenex, a squirt bottle. I had a silver tray that my late sister gave me, and I'd always use it and think of her. And I'd have a peel and some spatulas. And I would stand outside of the table, and people would walk by, and I'd say, "Hi, excuse me, can I show you something on your hand?" "Oh, good, I'm so excited." And I would have like and it's so funny, we just threw it away because we just had to clean a bunch of stuff out. The bar stool that I used forever, and we had to just throw it out. And then if it was slow, I would sit my butt down, and if it wasn't, and I was up and about, I would put my peel on the chair. And then I'd take, my little tray, and then I'd go, "Here you go." And I go, I want to show you this. So whoosh that around your hand. Okay. Now don't do your other hand. And now while that's doing its thing, let me tell you about it. This is the peel. And I would tell her all about the peel. I'm a little rusty right now, but this is an exfoliator. This is going to pick up all your dead skin. There's papaya, there's citrus in here, there's aloe, and it's going to really moisturize, but it's going to pick up all this dead skin in a minute. You see it getting watery? It's almost ready. And and I do have a couple specials. I have something where you can look at, be a consultant. I'm an area developer. We're looking for people. It's fun and easy. You get a great discount, and share it with some friends and family. You can host a show so you can see what it's like. You're going to host a show at my house, or I come to you with a couple gals around the kitchen table, or I can give you a LeBri class, and we all do facials. And I also have the products. Now and then you have a set sheet with you. Okay. And you can get the sets, you know, so then I tell her the 3 things, and then I also have my samples, right? Now go ahead and go like this. Look at all that. What is that? That's dead skin. Go all the way around. Do your whole hand, do your whole, look at that. Oh my God, that's gross. They'll say, yes, it is, but it's really necessary to have clean, beautiful, gorgeous skin. And then they're like, oh, and then I'm going to spritz you. I spritz their hand, give them 2 Kleenexes. They wash it off, put it in my basket or my garbage. And then I go, look at the difference. And they can't believe it. And then other people are coming and they're looking and like, this is the peel she's doing. You want some, you know? And if there's 4 ladies, you do it on all 4 and say, don't cheat and put it on the other hand. You guys, you just totally make this fun. You know, I mean, sometimes I would laugh and think about, you know, like the carnies, hey, come on up and down, you know, that's how I would kind of feel, but I would make it so fun. And then there'd be excitement going on in our booth. And some people, they get these cute little, I was at an event. It was like something for our high school. And this guy had a little thing, a little rolling, not a rolling, what is that called? It's like a wheel. And it was really little and it was adorable. And they just wrote all the different things that you could get. You got a free facial, you got a free sample, you got a free sample of the shampoo. I thought, wow, that is really a cute idea. And then they could pick whatever they wanted or whatever they want. So that's something you can do, you know, spin the wheel, you know, it's a little different, but if that's more your style. But after then she'd look at it and I go, is that amazing or what? I give her maybe a little hand and body lotion. She does that. And I say, now listen, this is what we have. Like I told you, I have, you can look at being a consultant, or use the word partner. I'm looking for business partners. I'm looking for a partner to help partner this area. And you could be an area developer with me, you know, or look at having a class or a show. You can have it at my house or yours. And in fact, I'm having 4 classes and I'll give you an invitation to that. But then also you could buy a sets. These are the sets. It comes with a cleanser, freshener, moisturizer, eye gel, or an eye cream, and the peel that I just did on you. And it's, you know, 100, I don't remember the prices right offhand. It's $120. Plus you get this bag, you get free shipping, this cute little spongy. So I don't know what you were looking for today. So what do you think? What would you like to do today with me? And you never know what they're going to say. You know what? I'll get that set. Okay, great. You know, so then you're going to get your invoice out and, or you get your computer, however you want to do that. Now that's another thing. Some people do Square, and I don't believe in the Square for me because I don't need it unless you do it for samples. But, does anyone have any other pay, program that they use? Venmo?
I have Venmo.
Okay.
I use Venmo.
Okay. Use Venmo. You know, they might not have cash for the sample. So, you know, and you sell the samples. What do you guys sell samples for? Mary, you're pretty,
$8.
okay.
$8. Because then I have everything in there. The trio, the eye gel, the new exfoliator. I have how they make them where we can just purchase them like that.
Right.
So there's 7 pieces for $8.
Right. And for 10 days of product.
For 7 to 10 days. Yeah.
Yeah. And so then she probably has a lot of singles because they might give her 2 5s and she's going to give her $2 back. So I always had a lot of singles with me, you know. And then, you know, I don't know what she's going to do. And I have my calendar ready. And I say, you know what, can we exchange phone numbers and just put me in, Gina Legalbo, and I'll put you in and I will text you my invitation and I'll follow up with you to make sure you're coming. And you can bring your sister, your best friend, whoever. So you have those set up so then you can start filling in the people that you meet. And you may want to call them a facial, a class. Come on over and I'll teach you. And if you'd like a makeover, we could get you a makeover, whatever you want to do there. And then the closing is always this. Cindy, I am so glad you stopped by today. This was so much fun. Oh, it was so much fun to meet you and your girlfriends. Listen, since I have your number now, maybe she filled out those sheets, whatever. I definitely, I'm going to follow up with you to see how your samples or your product is working. And I will also text you this, this invitation. I'm doing giveaways and we're just going to have a really fun time. But there's 4 different dates that you can choose from, and a couple different times. So hopefully one of the dates that I give you will work for you to come on by and check it out. Okay. Now, and I am going to follow up with you, I promise. Okay. You're not just getting the bride today, you're also getting me as your consultant. I will really help you with your skin. Because remember too, when she walks up, well, wait, let me just finish that thought. Then when you call her or text her, say, hey, it's Gina, I'm following up like I promised. That's a really, really good thing to remember to do. But in the beginning, you know, when people come up and I say, hey, can I show this to you on the back of your hand? And then you want to talk to her. So my name's Gina. What's yours? Oh, you're Vivian. You're Cindy. Mary. Nice to meet you, girls. Are you sisters? Oh, you're best friends. I love it. From high school. Wow. That's awesome. So don't rush. Talk to them. Get to know them. Are they a dove? Are they an owl? In your mind, like how can I communicate best with these people? And then you start with the peel and say, well, tell me, what do you use, Cindy, to wash and moisturize your skin while they're doing it? Or whatever in between after you told them what the peel is. What do you use, Mary? Oh, you're using Clinique. Okay, you're using Mary Kay. You're using, so, okay, all right. So now you can kind of know, oh, she's probably dry because of Mary Kay. She's dry because of Clinique, and she's dry because of soap. Okay. And you can see their skin. Maybe they have a lot of breakouts. Maybe they're very dry and dull. So that really helps too, doing a vendor event instead of on Facebook, because you can actually see them. And then you just go from there. What, you know, and like she's using Mary Kay, what if I could show you something that was more affordable and was without chemical, you know, without so many chemicals?
Yeah, serious side effects. Cancer, fever, muscle aches and rash, parasitic infection, or heart and circulation problems have been reported.
Peg, I'm gonna mute you, honey. Peg? Oh, I think she muted. We gotta see. So how did you like that? Who has questions about what I just went over? And I really want you to think about this.
I don't have questions, Gina, but I think it was Lori Langell that made a nice suggestion as people are coming towards your booth. Instead of saying, have you heard of LeBri? I changed my verbiage to say, what do you know about LeBri? Because otherwise when you say, have you heard of LeBri? They either say yes or no, or they keep walking.
Right. Open-ended
So when you say,
question.
what do you know about LeBri? Oh, you know, my sister sells it, or, you know, whatever they say as they're walking by. So that's helpful. That's kind of an open-ended question then.
Yes. Yes. Very good. Love it. And I
Gina,
want all of you to watch that video that I talked about. Go ahead, Dina.
I definitely, the key is to have the date set that you can meet with people, to tell them, you know, or ask them right away, you know, what date do you have available? And then what I found too is a lot of times, you know, if you have like a raffle prize, Mary, I don't know if you do this anymore, but if you have a raffle prize and they fill out the slips, you're really not getting a ton of interest in LeBri. Like they just kind of want like the free raffle prize that you have. So I started doing like a facial class sheet. So, you know, then they can write their name down and their phone number. I let them know I'm going to contact them, you know, within the next day or two, and let's set up an appointment to sit down and do a skincare class together. Because you call, like, it's sometimes it's good, but sometimes you get like a ton of those little sheets and you're kind of, reaching out, you never hear back from anyone. So I found out if they are writing their name down on the sheet, it's a little better.
Mhm.
A good
Yeah,
idea.
and to like them on Facebook right then and there. Hey, you on Facebook? I'll add you to my page. And you add her right then and there on Facebook. Now, I'm again, don't hurry. Don't hurry up and get them away. Get information. Like Dina said, you've got all these slips of paper, and that's one way to get a hold of her. But another way could be to message her since you have her on Facebook. What time is it? And it can happen where, believe me, I have had in 25 years, I had some real bombs as far as vendor events. I have. But if they're slow and no one's coming, I go talk to vendors. Okay. I'm not going to let that time slip by. I mean, one time Dina and I went to one, and I don't even remember, Dina, what it was for. I seriously don't remember.
I think
But
that wasn't that the one at State Fair Park?
yeah, but what was it
Like
for?
It was like a beer, like a vendor event. Like it was like a beer tasting or wine. And remember
Yeah.
they had Bloody Marys there.
And everyone got drunk. And Mary and I are like, oh my God. I mean, I'm telling you, people were smashed.
Yeah.
And I just looked at her, I said, let's pack up. I wanted to get on the road before they did.
Right.
Seriously.
And there was no food. There was
No
no
food.
food vendor.
And
So it
that's
was
why
just
people
all
got so drunk.
alcohol.
Yeah.
Wow.
They're like, we're getting the heck out of Dodge. So believe me, it's not going to be all, unicorns and balloons. Sometimes you will have it where, but you can't let any of this stuff get to you. I say start in your community, go into the little vendor events, little churches. Like I did the church by me every single year. And then you get to know people. If you go to a church, see if they have a vendor event. If your kids go to school, if your grandkids go to school, see if they have vendor events happening. There's spring one, there's fall ones, there's Christmas, there's New Year, there's January. January is usually the health ones, it seems. Okay.
Yeah, maybe for like New Year's resolutions or something, people
Yeah.
set that up, like people want to be healthier, so
Right.
they plan it after the new year starts.
Yes. Bridal shows, if they're a little one, I could see it. Where you could help the bride get together with her bridesmaids and make sure everyone's skin looks great and do facials. But sometimes the bigger ones, like these brides are like, what are they called? Bridezillas. and no, they'll just, so I have found those to be a little tougher for me, for my personality, maybe. I don't know, but I'll show you the slips. And while I'm looking, does anyone have any comments or more questions?
Gina, I
do,
can,
Gina. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
oh, okay. I just want to say that I did one in a community, and the first year it was okay. I sold a bunch of samples, didn't get much from it. The second year I sold more samples, still didn't get too much from it. And then the third year I did it, I just kept going. And the third year it was great. I got one party with 19 women and then another party off of that one. So sometimes you just have to stick with it.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Teresa, for saying that. Because it's almost like you're helping the vendor event get good for years
Yeah.
to come. And I love that. Thank you so, so much. I surely appreciate you saying that.
I have found our little town hall here has 2 events a year, and the new girl that runs it's through the recreation department. She does something really interesting and it works really well. She gives everybody a flyer when you come in with all the names of all the companies that are there, the vendors, the crafters, the businesses, and people have to stop at your table and either get a stamp. We started the first year it was a sticker. I think the next year she bought little stamps. They stop by our table, we stamp it for them, and then their
Yeah.
name goes into like a drawing for a really nice gift basket, and we all donate something of our products in the gift basket, and I always include a catalog and that sort of thing. And I thought that was really clever and a nice way for everybody to stop at our table, even just to say hello, you know, and
Right.
kind of,
'Cause-
you know, gets them interested in, they want to win the door prize, right? They want to win the drawing. So they stop by, and then I always ask them, you know, what do you know about LeBri, and start the conversation that way. But I thought I always tell her every time there's another event, I'm like, that is such a smart idea. So
Yeah.
Just
So
a-
I forget what it's called, but they have to go, there's a name for it. Then they have to go and get stamped at every single booth.
yeah, like
and-
not
and-
a scavenger hunt, maybe
Kind of,
or
yeah.
I don't know, treasure
Yeah.
hunt. But
I've
So,
been at
Mary,
those too.
I gotta
And,
say, kind of like a shop hop where like for quilt
Yes.
shop. Yeah, for that. They gotta
Yeah.
visit all of them. They got to have their stamp and then they have to present it. Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
I love it. I
I-
told her, I said, that's a great idea.
It
I
is.
love that idea. So I'm usually in charge of setting up the events at the VFW here in town. We're 8,000 people in town, but I love that. You know, we have, anywhere from probably 10 to 25 vendors, whether it's inside or outside, but I am going to use that. That's a great
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it works. It's really
Yeah,
nice.
thank you for sharing that.
Of
Yes.
course. Yeah, I love it.
That's very
Something
cute.
that I include with my gift, like my portion of that basket is a certificate for a free facial. for
Yeah.
them
So
and a
I have
friend.
that
This
on.
right here,
Yes.
Yep.
right?
I do that too. I love that idea.
And this is 2 or more friends. Now you can get these, you can edit them, you can print them out. I think there's one that has 3 on one page, which is easier. And you can print them out, carry these with you. Why not carry these with you? If you can't
Oh,
carry
yeah.
samples, why not? And this could be where you can put the dates of your events there. Here are the drawing slips. And they're little and they're kind of nice. And again, like I think I told you last time, I get those little clipboards. I love those. You can go to Michael's and you can get letters, LBRI. You can go to Michael's and get little crates. I think I bought a couple crates just recently for some art stuff that I have. I'm trying to organize. Those crates are a couple bucks and it's cheap, but they look cute. You can paint them, do whatever. But even pop-ups, like it doesn't have to be a vendor event. You could go to people, especially if you join the chamber in your area, and just talk to people, spas, boutiques, school programs, nails and hair salons, women's gym, wineries and wine shops, ladies golf spots, pottery centers, you name it. You could do a pop-up anywhere you want, but you got to get yourself out there and ask, of course.
I even bought Gina off of Amazon those stretchy tablecloths.
Yeah, I
They're
saw
really
that.
Oh my gosh, they're amazing. And I bought that bright green because I thought it'll attract people's
Yes.
attention because we can use that color now.
Right.
And they
Why
were
is
very
it
reasonable on Amazon. I love them. They're so easy to get on and off. They never blow off.
Can you put a
What did you
picture of
get?
that in our group so they can see it?
Yeah, I can. Absolutely.
Yeah, that looks really good. So here it
Yeah.
is, customizable, and there's 3 on 1. So you fill it out, and then you print them, and then you cut them and you do 10. Well, you're gonna have 30 of them. And just have these with you. Have them in your car. Have them in your glove box. I mean, anywhere and everywhere I still go, I talk to people about LeBri. I still do it. I mean, I'm not out and about a lot, but when I do, I do. Let me see if I can find mine.
I had done an event one time and they wanted to put together 30 swag bags for
Yeah.
the ladies. And I did that and then put a sample with it, so they could try a sample and then, get the free facial when they reached out to me with my info on there.
Gotcha. Very good. I don't see it.
Well, this is, you
Go
know,
ahead.
on that list that you kind of have us doing, putting things down, people's names and like that.
Your Frankie list?
Yes, thanks. I couldn't think of it, but
It's okay.
with my 3 boys, 2 of them are here in Cedar Rapids. My other one is out in Colorado, but I'm thinking of maybe getting some of my son's friends and doing facials with them and using some of the samples of the men's whatever, and just doing that, and then making sure, with the holidays coming, getting them to look at some things that they could purchase for their girlfriends or wives and
Yes.
whatever, and so I'm kind of mulling over how I'm going to get that started, especially so that be all here for the holidays and get that done for them. So, and a lot of the kids I know, they've now grown up. I might not know them now that they're men, whatever, versus the kids that I remember them. But some of those things, since I'm trying to look at a different avenue now, because I'm not getting much success with the way I'm going. So I'm going to just turn it and go somewhere else and
Okay, good.
do it
You
that
never
way.
know.
Yep.
I'm glad you
Can't
brought
hurt.
that up. Go ahead.
It just can't hurt. for
Right.
maybe- Yeah, so.
And I like what you said, because you could easily spin this into husbands need gifts for their wives.
Mhm.
And you are their personal shopper for their wives.
Yeah,
They're the
And-
one-stop shop for them to get what their wife would love and need.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
And
this, go ahead.
Scott has already gone through my eye gel. He's already taken my hydrating mist, whatever. He keeps them all in the fridge. So he comes and he does all that, and he'll ask me questions. Mom, what's in this? Mom, what's this? And if
I
I
love
can't
it.
get the answer, he goes, see, you don't know, Mom, you better look it up.
Hey,
So
you
I
can
have to
tell
look
him.
it up and
You don't
everything.
you don't need to know ingredients. Looking it up is just
But he asks, he says, somebody's going to ask you, Mom, and you're going to have to know that.
no, you just look it up.
I know.
I don't put pressure on any consultant saying you need to know ingredients.
But if there's a customer, he keeps saying there's going to be a customer that's going to ask him. So
And knowing you're going to be okay, you're going to say, you know what, I'm not sure that we have a lot of
Yeah.
ingredients. Let me look that up for you and we can learn together.
yeah,
Be
So-
okay with it.
he keeps me on my toes for sure.
I like it. So this is an old gift certificate that I did. Now my Sylvia's going to make it a little more modern looking. Even even this
Gina?
picture. Yes.
Are you gonna share that in like something that we can like do ourselves and put our own?
Yes, it's going to be where you can edit it for sure.
Perfect.
And
Because I like this.
me too.
I like this very much.
Oh, I carry these around all the time. I have a ton in my glove box. So I know if I don't have samples with me, I just run in my glove box and I'll bring forward back into the store and say, now girls, here this is. And text me. Can I have your text? I'll text you right now. Boom, boom, boom. They text me. Yeah, see, this is really old. This is my old.
Yeah,
email.
but these are, I love it. I love the idea of it.
Yeah, and I'm going to give it to LeBri because when you go back there's nothing like this. And we've had this for
Yeah, I was gonna
years,
say,
right,
there's
Mary?
nothing,
We've had this for years and years and years. So, okay, good.
yeah, there's
I'm glad
nothing
you like it.
quite like that. This is wonderful.
Yeah, I like it too. Well, I think we
Well
did
done, Gina.
good. Yeah. Follow up then too. I just want to say follow up is king. That is your biggest thing in telling them I am going to follow up with you. I can't wait to talk to you and hear how this is going. So you follow up in 4 days. So you say, oh, today's Saturday. How about if I follow up with you on Wednesday? And she's like, yeah, fine. Nighttime, daytime, which was better? You want me to call or text you? And she says text. So I'm going to voice text her and I'm going to surprise her. Voice texting, if you're going to do it, if you're going to text, voice text, it works. Because they're always curious. They're gonna click on that little recording. I promise you. And if she doesn't answer, of course, you say, hey, I'm just calling. It's Gina from LeBri, just calling to see how is the product working. Call me as soon as you can. Text me, call me. I'm here. I'm so excited to hear how it's going. text me by tomorrow night. I'm going to send you a little bit more samples or something, some little incentive. So let's just say then she texts you and you guys can do, you're talking. The first thing though is to get an appointment. Okay, even when you're at the vendor event, really try and get an appointment, like have those shows. But maybe she's going away for the whole week or 2 weeks. Get the appointment. That's what I think people lack. They depend on the sample to be like, oh, she's going to love it. She's going to use it. She's going to buy it. No, we need to work it. We need to work that and be there and follow up. What if she answers or she texts you back, oh, I haven't started it yet. What are you going to do?
Okay.
Back in a few more days.
Okay.
But they just ask her what day, what day are you planning on starting it? I'll
Okay,
give you a
good.
couple more days.
Yep. I'll give you a couple more days. Today's Wednesday. How about if I call you on Saturday afternoon? Now start it, put it in your bathroom. Oh my God. You could say something like, oh my gosh, you didn't, if you're talking to her, you haven't washed your face yet since I saw you. Have fun with this, you guys. This isn't serious. This isn't like, but have fun with it, because she'll remember you of having fun and not being this serious person, too serious. Of course, you want to be professional, but not too serious, and have fun with her. What if she doesn't ever call you back? Well, that is going to happen. I'm going to warn you. That's why saying, I'm going to call you back what days, or I'm going to follow up with you to see how your skincare treatment is working. Which day is good? How about in 3 days? How about on Wednesday? How about on Thursday? Whatever you do.
Sometimes I'll call them and send a text too.
Right.
And say, I left you a voicemail, but I just wondered, maybe you like texting better or something to that effect. Because some people have their preferences, whether they might not even listen to their voicemails.
Yeah, a lot of the youngins don't.
So then throw a text out there and just say, oh, by the way, I did call you, but I also wanted to text you. How's it going with the samples?
Right. And now remember, I met Linda and Brian at their rummage sale. She was so sweet. He was so nice. I got along with him so well, but I was not interested in skincare. I just wasn't. And I took it anyway. I threw it in my drawer. No. And I just didn't even think I was going to use it. I had a very good skincare regimen. I took Pond's cold cream and put it all over my face, and I'd wipe it off with the Kleenex. I swear that's what I did. But that's what I was taught. My skin was dry, broken out. I looked like an alligator. My skin was so bad. And people think that, oh, I have dry skin. No, you don't. You shouldn't have dry skin. I tell people that, you really shouldn't have dry skin. You have dry skin probably because of what you're using. Or I have really oily skin. Your skin shouldn't be oily. But anyway, and she called me, and that's when we actually picked up our phones. And oh, have you tried it yet? I'm like, oh, I haven't. I'm so sorry. I will, I promise. Oh, I hear you have a dog. What kind of dog do you have? My dog was barking. Oh, and you're married? Oh, you live over there by the library. Okay, well, hey, today is whatever. I'll call you back, whatever. 3 more days she gave me. Call me back. I didn't try it yet. I'm sorry. I will, I promise. I wasn't interested. And then she befriended me, asked me a couple questions. Again, remember, I was a bird, she was a bird, and she was getting to know what bird I was. And, we're getting to know each other. And then the last time she called, and I was like, kind of getting embarrassed. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go try it right now. I'm going to call you back. And I did. And I was shocked. I was absolutely shocked. We didn't have the peel. We just had the scrub. And I called her back, and she says, well, why don't you get some gals together and we'll just have a little party. I can get you a lot of free product. And I'll give you a makeover. I need models. So if you're doing the makeup, that is a great thing to say to people. I am looking for models. I would love, Mary, I would love a blonde that wears glasses. you know, and Dina, I'm looking for a dark hair with those beautiful eyes. I want to do some before and afters. Would you be a model for me? Because when Linda said she wanted a model, I was like, oh, okay, I'm a model, you know, but that caught my attention. Makeup, it caught my attention. And if you're not doing makeup, don't feel bad. Don't get squirmish on me. Don't feel bad. Be a hostess for yourself. Gain the hostess credits and buy your and just slowly get yourself some samples. Now you don't have to have every foundation, just buy the foundation packs. And if you use a little bit of the foundation, you can just put a little what is that called? A little paper clip and keep it upright. So you can reuse those samples over and over. You know, we don't have a ton of makeup like we used to. Get some of the mascara brushes, some of the mascara, some of the different eyeshadows now. We don't have the big eyeshadow kit in. Isn't that weird for you, Mary and Jean?
It is weird.
It's kind of nice that
Well,
we
it's
don't
less that you have to bring with you. Yeah.
and less for LeBri to, you know,
Less.
have in their in the shop, you know,
Right.
inventory.
Can I just share something, Gina? I know we're out of
Please.
time,
I know.
but
we always
I
go over.
ran into something with vendor events where somebody buys a sample and you want to follow up with them, and they say, "Oh no, that's okay, I'll call you," and they won't even share their name or phone number, and they don't have to because they're purchasing the samples from you. So I said, "Well, how about if you go into my drawing for this grand prize or one of my free facials?" And then they'll fill it out, and then when they walk away, I wrote on the back what they purchased, you know, which set. And when I followed up with them, I just followed up as a winner. They were a winner of one of my free facials. And then I played dumb and just said, by the way, did you purchase any samples from me? You know, I knew they did and I knew what it was. But then I followed up with that too. Oh, what did you purchase? Have you used it? You know, so, you know, you can do that. And I don't know if you want me to share that little, those little lipstick purses, how I got
Yes, yes.
shows. Okay. So I purchased these, and I got this from, what is it, Linda? Oh, what is her name? She's an executive.
Alfonso?
Anyway, yes,
Alfonso?
Linda
Yeah.
Alfonso. She posted it on the consultant forum, I think, but they're real small. They're like this. They're little lipstick purses and they have a handle and they're all different colors. And mine have dragonflies on. I think you can get some with butterflies or
Yeah.
whatever. They didn't have butterflies at the time. But I put a picture of a product from an old catalog in each one, something different in every one. And then I got a coffee cup hanger holder at my vendor event and I hung them on like a little tree, this coffee cup tree. And people would say, and I had a little sign there, which Linda had also, and it said,
Mary's
something
going to
like,
get one. Look at her. Mary's going to go get one.
good.
I have some.
It said, let's see, what was the saying on that? First you must book and then you can look, or something, then you can take a look. So,
Book
or
to
take
look.
a look, something like that. I'll look it up and I think
Yeah,
I have
them
I had it in a frame right next to the holder. And they had to, if they wanted a purse, they'd say, "Oh, are those for sale?" And I'd say, "No, they're not, but they're for you to have if you have a get together with me with some of your friends." And everyone gets a free facial. And I just kind of explained it a little bit. And then they would open up the purse, but they had to book, set the date right then and there, and they had to keep it with me. They had to keep it. And then they got the product at their show. And I would let them take the purse home. But because, you know, and you can choose whether you do or not. You can say, "Oh, I'll give this to you at your show with your free product." So, but I booked the first time I did it, I booked 3 shows from that vendor event. They all kept their date. Oh, good. I have one in my
How much
bathroom.
are those?
They're cute.
Oh, they're so cute.
I don't
I'm
remember
trying
how
to
much they
remember.
are. They weren't
don't think-
expensive.
They weren't very much.
Because I just
No.
looked
Then you
these
just-
up. Look at these. These,
They're
and
so
but they
cute.
don't have anything to hang. And these are like $1.20 each.
Mhm.
Trying to think. I
Amazon.
don't
It's
remember
so
where I
cute.
bought. I can't remember where I bought the stand, but it wasn't very expensive.
Yeah.
And it's
for
just a
coffee
coffee, it's just a coffee
Yeah.
mug stand.
I got mine at a garage sale. Somebody was selling it. I got it for like 50 cents or something.
Dollar store.
So here's
Yeah,
a use for
really.
old catalogs. You can, this is a body butter,
That's-
picture of a
yep.
body butter.
That's
Yep.
what I did too.
Just cut
And
it
I even
apart.
did it. I even do it for Facebook shows, live Facebook shows. I put the purses out and I took a picture and the picture of the product laying in front of it and what they could win. But I said may not necessarily be in that color of purse. I mix things up. So I have them choose and then pick a date. And then I open up the purse live online and show them what they'll get when they have their shows. So.
Fun. Yeah. I love this. I love this.
And the dice game is also another fun thing to do at vendor events too. The dice game with the wine bag. I've done that too.
Okay.
I think it was Kristen Hardy that did that with the wine bag, and it's U+2.
Can we do that next time? I would love to see that because we're pretty far over.
Sure. Yeah.
That'd be
it's cute.
fun.
It's that Yahtzee, Yahtzee, but it's yard Yahtzee.
Okay.
It's bigger wooden dice, like you'd play Yahtzee, but outside for the yard.
Right.
that
Okay,
you use
good.
and
Yeah,
roll it and-
that would be fun for sure.
Yeah.
Let's do
That's
that
a fun-
next time. And
Okay.
next time, if I can ask you guys, especially the newer gals, what do you want us to go through next week? Because we've done sampling, we've done shows, we've done vendor events, we've done sponsoring. Do we need to do more sponsoring? What about how you make money, like the different levels? You want to do, I was thinking something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that
Money?
idea.
Let's want to talk money, and we can do first a little, like 15 minutes of games and
Sure.
then 45 minutes of how do you make money?
Awesome.
It's a good
Okay?
idea.
All right. Well, thanks
Sounds
everybody.
good.
This was so fun.
Well,
And
thank you.
Thank you.
yeah, we'll see
Thank
you
you.
next week. And
Thanks, Gina.
yeah, thank you so much. Take care, everybody.
Thanks, Gina. Thanks, everyone. Have a great
Thank
week.
you.
Bye.
Thanks,
Have a
Bye-bye.
successful week.
Bye.
Take
Bye-bye.
care. Be safe.
Yes.